Dear students, I am Sanju Hazria, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad. I welcome you in my channel. Today I am going to explain Robert Browning's poem Rabi Ben Ezra's stanzas from 11th to 15th, and I have explained first to 10th stanzas in my previous video. This poem is included in BA Part 2nd by MGS University Bikaner. So this is our 11th stanza. For pleasant is this place, our soul in its rose maze, pulled ever to the earth, still yearns for rest. Would we some prize might hold to match those manifold possessions of the brute, gain most as we did best. So what Rabi Ben Ezra is saying, that for pleasant is this place. Place means earthly life. Earthly life is very pleasant, is very beautiful. So life on this earth is not without its joys and pleasures. Our soul in its rose maze. Our soul in its rose maze. Maze means net. Okay, so our soul is in a net when it is living in our body. So our soul in its rose maze means the soul is imprisoned in the body like a bird in the cage, pulled ever to the earth. So the spiritual nature of the soul is being obscured by its contact with the earthly body. As soul is living in our earthly body, so it is pulled ever, it is obscured. Soul is obscured in its progress. Still yearns for rest. Still longs for, wishes for rest in the kingdom of heaven. Soul yearns for, soul wishes for rest in kingdom of heaven. Would we some prize might hold? So would we some prize means prizes which are given by God. So it is the constant effort of the soul to liberate itself from the confinement of the body. The soul desires that its struggles and conflicts may soon come to an end and it may return to its heavenly abode. Now the poet is, or the narrator means Rabi Ben Ezra is asking a question, would we some prize might hold? How fortunate human beings would be if they had some spiritual prize to cherish, to enjoy. So it is very fortunate for human beings to cherish spiritual prizes, to march those manifold possessions of the brute. So to match those manifold means many types of. So man aspires for many earthly possessions. As we wishes for many earthly possessions, it would really be desirable if man were also to care for spiritual possessions. With earthly possessions, we also take care for spiritual possessions as he cares for the possessions of the body. So gain most as we did most. Gain most means achieve most. So gain most, acquire the best gifts of spiritual life, we did best. Let man do his best. Man should do his best to acquire spiritual prizes and reward in his life. He should do best things to achieve spiritual improvement. I think you understood it, and now we are heading towards next stanza. This is our 12th stanza. Let us not always say, spite of this place today, I strove, made head, gained ground upon the whole. As the bird wings and sings, let us cry, all good things are ours. No soul helps flesh more, now then flesh helps soul. Let us not always so. Means we should not say always such things. So let us not always say. So we should not always complain that our body is standing in the way of our spiritual salvation. We should not complain always that the body is confinement for us and body is the obstacle for our spiritual salvation. In spite of this flesh today, the body is to be condemned. Some people say that body should be condemned because body is confinement for the soul. So spite means hate. Spite of this flesh today, so we should hate this earthly life. It is not so. Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying that it is not so that we should condemn the body. I strove, made head gained ground upon the whole. I strove, I made attempt. Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying that I made an attempt, made head, and I got the progress. I made the progress, gained ground upon the whole, and achieved success in suppressing the body, was successful in overcoming the yearning and urges of the body. So I overcame the urges, the wishes of the body. As the bird wings and sings, as the bird flies and also sings. So as the bird does two things at one time. It soars high in the sky, it flies very high in the sky, and while flying above, it keeps on singing. Let us all cry, all good things are ours. So let us cry. We should sing joyfully. Like the bird, we also should sing joyfully. All good things are ours. Nor soul helps flesh more, now then flesh helps soul. And this is very philosophic line. So our slogan, what our slogan should be in this world? Our slogan in this world should be that all good things of the earth are ours, and the body helps the soul, and the soul in its turn helps the body for spiritual uplift. So we can get spiritual uplift by the help of our body. So body is not obstacle in getting salvation. And now we are heading towards our new stanza. Therefore I summon age to grant youth's heritage, life's struggle having so far reached its term, then shall I pass approved, a man for a removed from the developed brood, a god thou in the germ. Therefore I summon age. Now Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying, so I welcome the age. I am not hating the age, but I welcome the age. Therefore I summon age, therefore I welcome the age. So Rabbi dispels the fears of the young man who is terrified of old age and asks him to welcome old age. We should welcome our old age. So Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying that I welcome my old age to grant youth's heritage, and grant should be given. The approval of youth's enjoyment should be given by the old man. Means old age will confirm that youth had properly spent in its time. Life struggle having so far reached its term. Life's struggle at the end of the period of youth. So in young age he has struggled so much. So life's struggle, so at the end of the period of youth he reaches a certain definite stage. If man is successful in this struggle, he is entitled to be recognized as a man. So life's struggle having so far reached its term. After struggling, when a person comes out successfully, then he should be recognized as a man. Thence shall I pass. When the period of youth has been properly used, properly utilized, and spent wisely, and its opportunities have not been wasted, approved a man, then he is a true man. Means when the period of youth has been properly used and employed in attaining spiritual progress, then man in his old age will be entitled or said to be called a true man. For a removed For a removed means different. The developed brood. If man has spent his youth wisely, he will be much better than a brute, than a animal. He will be recognized as a true man. A god thou in the young. So youth spent, if a person has spent his young age in a very spiritual way, will lead to the recognition of man as god thou. He will be known as a god-like person, of course in a germ form, not yet fully developed. Though it is not fully developed stage, but he is like a god form. So I think you understood it, and now we are heading towards our next stanza. And I shall thereupon take rest, ere I be gone once more on my adventure, brave and new, fearless and unperplexed, when I wage battle next. What weapons to select, what armor to induce. And I shall thereupon. Now Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying that, and I shall thereupon, after the struggle of youth is over, when the struggle of young age will be over, when the storm and stress of youth have been subsided, take rest. Rabbi is saying, Rabbi will take rest in his old age and prepare himself for the next world. Ere I gone. Ere means before. Ere I be gone means before he has passed on to the next world after death. Once more on my adventure, brave and new. Once more on my adventure means another journey will begin in heaven after death. Another journey will begin after death in heaven, brave and new. It will be very brave and new. The journey in the next world would be a new journey, but he would undertake it in a very brave manner. Fearless and unperplexed. Fearless. Then he will be very fearless and doubtless. He will not have any doubt and confusion. So fearless and unperplexed. Rabbi will undertake the new journey in a very fearless and undisturbed manner, since he has spent the period of youth in a very successful manner. When I wage battle next. When wage battle means struggle. So when Rabbi will engage himself in another spiritual struggle in heaven, for Rabbi another struggle will begin in heaven, and further progress will have to be made in next life. What weapons to select? So what weapons to select, what armor to induce. New environment will require fresh resources, fresh equipments, fresh weapons, and Rabbi will have to decide as to what weapons will be chosen by him for the struggle in the next world, and what armors, what weapons he will use to struggle that part. So I think you understood it. And now our 15th stanza. Youth ended, I shall try my gain or loss thereby. Leave the fire ashes, what survives is gold, and I shall weigh the same. Give life its praise or blame. Young all lay in dispute, I shall know being old. Youth ended after ending the young age. So youth ended when the period of youth will be over. Okay, after the end of the young age, I shall try. Rabbi Ben Ezra is saying that he will try my gain or loss thereby, to judge what he gained and what he lost. So I shall try my gain or loss thereby. So Rabbi in his old age will try to adjust his achievements and failures during his lifetime. Leave the fire ashes, what survives is gold. Leave the fire ashes. Life is here compared with fire. So life is compared to a furnace. The purified soul passing through the fire is compared to of youth will be like pure gold. Means here the soul, purified soul is compared with pure gold. So the purified soul passing through the fire of youth will be like pure gold. The ashes will be left out, and I shall weigh the same, and then I will weigh. So then Rabbi will weigh and judge his achievements of youth. Give life its praise or blame. Good things should be praised and bad things should be blamed of life. He will praise that part of his life as a youth which had been properly spent in spiritual achievements, and condemn and hate that part which had not been properly utilized by him. Young, all lay in dispute. Young. While Rabbi was young, all lay in dispute. No judgment could be passed on the activities of youth. When he was young, everything was doubtful, confused. Dispute was full of doubt. I shall know being old. But in his old age, Rabbi will be in a position to make survey of his achievements throughout his life. Things would be seen in their correct perspective and judged properly and accurately by him in his old age. So, Rabbi wants to say that old age is full of wisdom, because in old age a person has his life experiences and his experience of young age. So I think you understood it, and in my next video I will explain from 16th to next 5 stanzas. And thanks for watching my video.